What's something that's considered normal that creeps you out immediately? When people come to your door and knock or ring the bell and then peer in the window on the other side. I find it creepy when people have glass doors that show the entire area behind the door. When I used to deliver pizzas, these doors were the worst because I don't want to feel like I'm watching you inside your house. It feels very exhibitionist. Family channels. Imagine having to live your entire life on camera with little to no privacy without being able to consent for it. Also, to my knowledge, there are no current laws that protect child influencers' income like child actors have. If your content can't exist without your child, it's their job, not yours. Every company creating an ecosystem requiring my home address and credit card and my birthday just to listen to some music or use some software. Not a shred of my identity is unsold at this point. People making Instagrams for their babies and making captions as if the baby were writing it. I've seen a dark documentary related to this. There's pedophile forums specifically dedicated to downloading and distributing pictures of babies and kids they stole off of public social media profiles. I'm not even talking about photos of them getting bathed or at the beach or whatever, but completely innocent ones. And if they get caught with these pictures, the worst that could come to them is copyright claims. But since parents aren't aware of this, the pedos are facing no consequences whatsoever. So whenever I see parents posting their kids online, that's all I can think about. Absolutely vile shit. Edit. Documentary in question. But it's German. https://yao2b/pam5d9jahi. When people refer to kids/babies as flirting, when they are just being playful. Instagram accounts with nothing but selfies. Hundreds and hundreds of selfies. It totally creeps me out. I once met Avdiril at a pool party and she seemed cool. But I quickly learned that all they wanted to do was take pictures. Let's all take pictures here. Let's go over here and take pictures. Pictures of her. Then pictures of me. Then pictures of my friends. It was the only thing she wanted to do. Take pictures. Be aesthetic. It wasn't creepy, like she was gonna keep them or something. It was creepy because you could see that all she thought about was taking pics for the gram. Later I'd see a post about her at a park and I knew that all she did at that park was take pictures of herself there. I don't even know if she knew that she was addicted to the likes. Open door policies in families. My in-laws just walk in whenever they want, and I hate it. Oh, I'd make very clear very quickly how that's great for them, but in your house, knocking is required. If they can't follow that rule, they get booted out. The apparent competition to appear to be the busiest person with the most stuff crammed in. Crammed in where though? Tickling that doesn't stop at the victim's request. As a kid, the father of one of my friends used to chase all of us around and tickle us. The vibe was so creepy. All of us kids just instinctively knew to stay the F away from him. When I met my husband, he told me that he's super sensitive to tickling certain areas and it's not fun or funny to him. I promised to never tickle him, and I think it's one of the best ideas I've had. Most people don't really want to be tickled. They laugh because it's a natural reaction. But more often than not, they aren't enjoying themselves. Beauty pageants for young kids. The good news is that they've been widely criticized and are quickly becoming less of a norm, thankfully. Advertising, especially target advertising, the constant attempt to manipulate you psychologically to make you believe you need something that's only a want. Creepy AF. It's so pervasive too. Like there's so few places you can exist without getting bombarded with ads. Take a walk around town. 20 ads. Even in people's yards. It's like just existing is an ad-based service. Feeling my own heartbeat. Or, rather, being aware of your own heartbeat. It's like, oh, that must not be normal. Oh, now I'm manually breathing. I'd better not try to walk anytime soon. Autonomous functions should remain unnoticed. Man. People who share everything on social media. I think it's weird that most couches don't come with washable cushion covers. Everyone finds that normal, but they would think it's weird if someone just slept on a bare mattress without ever putting a sheet on it. when in reality it's exactly the same thing. I bought a couch with cushion covers you can take off and put in the washing machine for that reason. For real, that's why I bought an IKEA couch. Every bit of it can be steeped off and washed. I even sewed up a couple of seat cushion covers so I can wash them weekly without wearing out the cover fabric too much. People standing next to or behind you when they can just wait or give you a bit more space. I hate going to airports or any other public line and trying to leave space in front of me and the person behind me just shuffles closer trying to get me to move. Trust me, you pushing me to move forwards isn't going to make the line move any faster. It just makes it more congested, and it's weird emo. There's some mess I'm going to miss about when people took COVID semi-seriously. Social distancing in stores was so goddamn nice. Getting a phone call from an unknown number. I think those spam calls where you answer, hear a little beep but then nothing, and it hangs up on you immediately are creepy. I know it's probably just some auto-dialer programming being screwy, but I always imagine some weird conspiracy about them recording my voice to use it against me somehow. When you're chillin' with your cat or dog at night with no one else home, and they suddenly alert and look super alarmed, like they heard something. When I hear something fall from the other room and I see my only two cats are near me, I clench up. Employers rewarding us with 8-hour staff retreat at work, where we are expected to share personal info with each other all day. Staff bonding. My boss was getting bad reviews at my last job and tried to kick it into gear with these icebreaker type things during the pandemic. Over Zoom. We were in office, but he was at home. Show everyone the last photo you took in your phone. Absolutely not. Absolutely F not. What no hug? When saying goodbye to a person I'd never shown interest in touching. What? No quick fellatio? Parents with no boundaries when it comes to putting their kids on social media. Anything for likes, pics in the bath etc. Edit. Thank you for the awards. I'm so glad I'm not alone in feeling this way. Some of the replies were heartbreaking to read. Moral of the story is keep your kids safe. It's literally your job as a parent. One of the huge reasons I don't have FB, Snap, IG or anything else, just Reddit. I remember when my mom used to take video of me as a little kid or a teenager at birthday parties, performances, or sporting events. She'd show it to family and friends. If you asked her or other parents in the 90s if they'd like to share that to potentially millions of strangers with the ability to identify who we are and our whereabouts, they'd freak out. Now it feels like it's normalized. The other day I saw a TikTok of a high school cheerleader who catches her mom filming and basically gives her the side-eye half in jest. I thought it was wholesome, but apparently the entire account is run by her mom and she just posts video after video of her daughters in high school and middle school. It's disgusting and dangerous. Influencers' toxic positivity on Instagram, almost indistinguishable from meth addicts. People who knock on my door. Moss, my mum always says, you should never open the door. Jen, what do you mean? Moss, an unopened door is a happy door. So we never answer ours when someone knocks. Jen, what? So you all just sit there. Moss, yes. Jen, so the doorbell goes and you all just sit there until the person goes away. Moss, yes. Jen, what if it's important? What if it's good news? Moss, this is London. Jen, it's not someone with cake. Unless that cake is made of dog poo and knives. When people document, video record or take a photo, or write an article, themselves or other people when helping the impoverished, especially those videos of influencers on YouTube vlogging, and backquote helping the homeless, showing their faces and stuff. BS and creepy for me. If you help, just help. No need to let others know. I caught someone filming me once when I bought a homeless guy a meal and sat and chatted with him for a bit. Asked her to delete it. I know it's not the same as recording yourself, but I just didn't want that being out there when the homeless guy wasn't even asked permission either. Just because they're homeless doesn't mean they're any less deserving of privacy, and I know if I was in that situation, I wouldn't want to be put on the internet just to be the butt of someone else's good doing. Why the F do people slap my butt? Family members? Friends? Random people? Don't. forcing your kids to hug people. If they don't want to hug someone goodbye, even if there's no reason, teach them that you're going to have their back. Forced affection is so strange too in the context of also teaching children about consent and bodily autonomy. Nobody has a right to touch you in ways that make you feel uncomfortable. Go give that a random stinky elderly relative you've never met before a goodbye hug. Pregnant stomachs when a little foot kicks. Reality TV shows. Reality TV shows. Prolonged eye contact. And by prolonged, I mean more than 10 seconds. I have issues with eye contact and I always think I'm holding it along in an unnatural way. I hate to think I'm creeping people out. Same here, it's actually such a big issue for me. Don't want to be rude and not make any eye contact, but also don't want to stare too deep into their soul. It's a weird sweet spot that seems to be easy for everyone else, but takes so much concentration for me. Like so much of my brain power is focused on this small thing during a conversation. I've had male teachers and staff call me good girl after doing a task for them. Apparently this is a way some men say thank you to girls, and it's weird and creepy every time. A simple thanks would suffice. I had a male teacher say, "Who's a good girl?" after completing the assignment correctly. Also, this said same teacher told me he had an ex who was a stripper who had the same name as me. I just sat there and didn't know what to say when he told me that one. Did he work in a dog school before? I've only ever heard these words said to a Labrador in a cute high-pitched voice followed by a wagging tail and a smiling dog.